Transformers, more than meets the eye. Autobots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons.
Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this special figure showcase and review we're going to be looking at the new Transformers Kingdom Leader Class Galvatron. What I'm going to do in this video then, I'm going to unbox him live on here. We're going to have a look at everything that comes inside the contents. We're going to have a really detailed look at him in both of his modes. I'm going to try and get the third mode as well, which is obviously the handheld pistol. I'm going to do some comparisons with him and his G1 self and other generations figures. And then of course we'll have a look right now as we are at this stunning packaging. Look at the artwork on this. This is fantastic. Before I go any further, I want to say a huge thank you to Philip Robot Recruits for getting this out to me, and that's where I purchased this from. But there you go, look at that. There's the artwork for him in robot mode, there's the artwork for him obviously in his tank mode, and he's looking brilliant. He is looking so good. We've also got the artwork on the side that we've become very accustomed to now. This is of course the War for Cybertron Kingdom artwork, and it's Kingdom obviously because we've got the beasts in it as well, but it's looking stunning. Really looking forward to this, and yeah, as I say, let's hope we can do this video and this figure some justice. Again, same old story. I haven't actually watched anybody else's videos on this. That is intentional, and I won't be doing the transformation live for you as well, because again, I don't want to ruin it for yourselves. I want to just have a look at this, take it at face value, and just see how good it is. Of course, I've seen pictures of it. I've seen pictures on Instagram and things like that, but with regards to actual reviews, I like to do exactly what I'm about to do now. Just take it out, have a look at it, and yeah, give you my honest opinion on it. All right, let's see if I can slide this out. So, I mean, it's not a negative. We all know that they do this straight away, but as you can see, that is a huge step he's standing on there. And the figure obviously isn't as big as the box, but that doesn't bother me, to be honest. It's looking really good. I've got the instructions there. They're looking quite thick because it does say it's 33 steps to transform him. I'm going to spin it around just to see if there's anything under there. Nope. Sometimes with the Kingdom figures, they put the weapons under there, but this one they don't. And I've no idea what that sticker is. It just looks like, I don't know, maybe it's something to do with the arc and them discs that we're going to be getting with the Leader Class arc. But there we go. I'm going to now take him out of that little prison that he's encased in, and then I'm going to come back and have again a real detailed look at him. Okay then, so here he is, fresh outside of the package, and yeah, he's looking stunning. He's looking mean, he's looking angry, he's looking chunky, but he's looking robust. There's quite a bit of weight to this figure, to be fair. Yeah, it's brilliant. I've not attached anything to him yet. I'm going to be doing that all a bit later. I just want to have a real good look at him, and as you can see, the head sculpt, the detail there is brilliant. You can see that he's frowning or grimacing or whatever he's doing, because they've even put indentations into his cheeks. The head itself turns up and down, full rotation, round and round. The arms, shoulders, out to the side. They don't, yeah, they do. I thought it was part of the transformation process then. All the way around on both of them. Full waist, hips, hips, knees, ankle tilts, everything. We've got absolutely everything. The wrists, they even turn as well. It's not just part of the transformation process. You can see they go backwards and forwards, but they still tilt. There's the treads. It's all looking nice. Again, I know I haven't attached everything to it. I'm going to be doing that when I come back in a second. I just wanted to show you him in all his glory in this particular robot mode that we've got there. Brilliant. Absolutely loving him. So again, what I'm going to do now, and I know I've explained this, but the reason is so I don't spoil it for yourselves, and of course to keep the length of the video down. So I'm going to be transforming him now into his alt mode, and I'll come straight back to you. Okay then, so we're back and he's in his alternate mode, and there's still a few more things yet to do with this, but I just wanted to bring it back at this particular time. Again, quick apologies for not doing it, but again, when you get to do it yourself, you'll see exactly why. Just as we come to expect at the moment from all these new figures, The transformation process is really slick. It all flips around, it clicks into place, it tucks things away, it hides things. It's brilliant. I've started to attach some of the accessories, but I'll show you how to do the rest. The 33 steps weren't too difficult. So the Canon that comes with him, obviously on his arm, which we didn't attach, comes in the 2 pieces, which is cool, exactly the same as the Generation 1. So you just detach this, and this will of course fit in the front. And now this bit we can then just attach with that 5mm peg into the back. Now the cool thing about this is as well, although this is on carpet and you probably can't hear it, but there is wheels under there as well, so you can of course move this up and down and it will go, yeah, it'll roll along the floor, which is obviously very cool. So a couple of the other accessories that we've got as well is we've got the 2 large guns. Again, I'll show you these in quite a bit more detail when he's in his robot mode, and I'm going to attach them to that in a second. But first I'm going to attach this matrix piece again, which is brilliant. This came with it. You can already see there at the top there's a teeny little dowel, or tab shall we say, and then if we look underneath this, there's a tab right there. So what we can do, we're going to make it look exactly like it does in the pictures that you've seen. This will slot over, and then this tab will just literally fit into place in there. Let's make sure I don't knock anything out. Perfect. So that's holding there. And then we've also got these larger tabs right there either side, and then on the larger guns as well, you've got holes there in each one. So we can now, again, this is the same as you'll have seen it in all the pictures, we can take these, clip it in like so. Let's see if you can see that as I'm doing it, and really sort of power. Is that going to go in? There we go. Let's straighten up his legs, his arms rather, really power it up. And again, it just looks, look at it, it looks stunning. It looks really good. Whether it needs all these extra bits around the front, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if he uses them in the Kingdom cartoon, but it does, it looks really good. And of course the other thing as well is with this bit that's on the back, we can of course take another figure. We can just hold this guy's arms out ready. He can stand there and he can of course look like that he's going to be firing that there. Or I suppose it'll look a bit better if you've got like a little core class figure standing on the back of him, maybe something like this guy. No, he's a bit too small, but just the fact that it's got that play factor and it's absolutely brilliant. You can see that there's still quite a bit of articulation in it. These will move up and down, out to the sides. You can really maneuver this, I suppose, over most surfaces. It's brilliant. Look at it. It's absolutely stunning. I've not got this in full tank, but I've got this ready to show the gun mode, and you can see the similarities straight away. It's looking really good. Right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try and replicate the gun mode. It's not in the instructions, it's not on the back of the box. I'm going to have a quick go at it and I'll come back with you straight away. Okay, I've had a quick little play around with that, and in all honesty it wasn't really very difficult at all. Of course this isn't shown in the instructions already discussed about, because that's what they've moved away from. Obviously Megatrons and Galvatrons aren't going to be guns, so all we've done is we've just folded them bits under there, took all the bits off at the front, and you can, if you wanted to, replicate holding it as a pistol. For those of you who are unaware, or for those of you who don't really know Generation 1, he did have this pistol mode, and of course because obviously he was Megatron Reborn and Megatron was a gun, and again, as we all know, due to safety standards and different laws in different countries, we're not allowed to have figures that, or toys shall we say, that turn into play guns. So there you go, it can be done. It's really very simple. I suppose this is probably only going to be used for adults who pretty much remember it, but there you go. For if you're unaware of it or you want to have a little go with it, it really is as simple as that. You just literally got to fold up the feet, sorry, the stand at the back, just curl them underneath and it'll fit in your hand, no problem whatsoever. So what I'm going to do right now then, I'm going to come back with him in his robot mode. We're going to attach all his accessories, and then we're going to, do some comparisons and then just some shots that I've been waiting to do for ages and ages with like Scourge and Cyclonus. So coming back to you now. Okay then, so we're back, we're in robot mode, and now we're going to have a good look at him with all his accessories and how you can use them and choose obviously loads of different display purposes for them. And do you know what, I think this is brilliant, and I think in my head and in my way, this is how I suppose Hasbro are sometimes, you know, justifying their price point. It's not the hugest figure you're going to get for a leader class figure, but the fact that what you can do and what you can use all these accessories for, in my opinion, makes up for it. The fact that you've got so much more play value. You haven't just got a gun that you can attach. There's quite a few things that you can do with these, and I'm going to show you that now. So first and foremost is obviously the main Canon that we're all used to him having. I've took them apart, obviously, because when he was in the Canon mode, this was at the front and this was at the back. This just attaches, and then you've got a couple of ways you can have it at the bottom part of the forearm there, into the little dowel, or I'm going to put it where I think it would stand a little bit better, look a little bit more G1-esque there. It'll balance and it looks really good. So that's obviously one thing that you can do with the Canon. I'm going to move it out of the way a second. I don't know if you'll be able to hold it just because of the way it is. You can just about if you want. So of course, I know that's not very traditional, and it's, some people might not like that at all, but at least that's another way that you can actually use it. We've got these two guns here now, and these two are obviously attached around the front of the barrel pretty much. And again, these are brilliant. The detail on them is very, very good. You can use these. There's two 5mm pegs. There's one on each. There's your two. These can attach, of course, in his hands like handguns, so you can really power him up. We can then attach this back up. And before I do that, actually, of course, because they've got the 5mm pegs, you've then got a choice. You can maybe attach them to this as well, a little bit higher up in the top of the shoulder. Yep, they fit in there. So there's loads of ways. I know it's just accessories, I know it's just weapons, but because it adds extra play factor, I think it makes a difference. And I think, again, I've said it, I'll stop saying it now. I think it sort of justifies, or maybe that's how they think they're going to justify the price factor with it. Again, it is a robust, it is a really, really chunky figure. The other thing, of course, you can do with these is you can combine them. So you've got a tab and a hole there, a tab and a hole there. These two click together like so. You've now got a much larger and I suppose a much more sinister looking weapon. You've got a choice of which way you want to put it. This might counterbalance him off completely. And then, of course, if we attach the Canon back, again, I'm going to put it on the top of the shoulder. Now he's starting to look pretty formidable, isn't he? He's looking brilliant. And then, of course, finally, we've got this. Now, you can, if you wanted to, you can just literally rest it over his head like this. And there's a couple of reasons why I like this. Not just the matrix. I like the fact that no matter which mode you've got him in, you can have all of his accessories attached to him, which is brilliant if you don't want to lose your accessories. If you're one of these people who takes them out of the box, wants to keep everything but doesn't want to lose any pieces, you can attach everything in that robot mode. You can attach everything in the tank mode, and it looks really good. Quickly, a couple of other things. If you wanted to make sure this is extra safe, there's that tab there at the front, if you remember from the Canon mode, and there's the hole there. I think the only problem with this is maybe because it's brand new, I don't know. It will rest and it does sit into place, but it just sits a little high. I'll show you what I mean now. There we go, that's clicked in. You can see what I mean. It just seems to rest a little bit too high for me. So I'm going to take it off for a second because there's something else that you can do with these guns. I'm going to take these out of here, and same principle as how we had it in the tank mode. There's two holes, two slots either side at the top, and then funnily enough, it's exactly the same piece at the back. There's the two dowels. I'm just going to move the treads and the arms out of the way for 2 seconds while I attach this. Hopefully it'll go in straight away, but again, it's a brand new toy. It may need a bit of playing around, which you can see, but no, it's going straight in. I'm going to jinx myself now, so I'm going to be quiet. Nope, lovely, there you go. And that is, if you're wondering, if you saw the artwork and you think, what's going on with the back of him, that is them there. There's his two guns, and of course there he is with his arm up in that amazing pose. I'm just going to hang this over there again, and now I think pretty much definitely what I've been waiting to do. Let's see him next to some other, shall we say, Kingdom figures. So there is of course Megatron. That is the newer one. That's the Netflix spoiler from the third pack. So not the first, sorry, not from wave 1 where he was with 2 little battle masters. That's him with the matrix, of course, around him. He looks really, really good. Again, people will say, look, this is a leader class figure, that's a Voyager, it's not much bigger, but again, much more robust, much chunkier. I'm going to move him out of the way for a second. Now, before I do some of them, more of the ones I've been waiting to do for absolutely ages. Let's do some G1 and other one comparisons. So this was the first G1 figure, and yes, he is huge. He's absolutely huge. I suppose I forgot to mention, actually, this one obviously doesn't have electronic sounds, whereas that one does. But to be honest, the electronic sounds on there aren't that great. And the other reason why I want to point this out is this is why this guy is really good as well, because he's cartoon accurate. This looked nothing like the cartoon, and they had to release a special edition like this a few years later on, and unfortunately it was a Japanese only exclusive, but they've got the color scheme right straight away, which is good. So let me just shift this guy out of the way, and then let's show you the last version of Galvatron that I've got, and that is, I think it's the Titan's Return. Now I've just said that, and there's no contest. There's absolutely no contest. This guy wins hands down. Looks stunning, looks amazing. Yeah, he's okay. This guy is okay, and there was quite a big fuss about him when he came out. I mean, but look at the difference. Look at the treads on the back of that compared to there. Huge difference. So I'm just going to very quickly, before I round this up, do something that I've wanted to do with these figures for absolutely ages. Now I know that one of them isn't a Kingdom figure, but it's got to be done still, hasn't it? You can tell and you can guess what I'm going to do. Maybe I should get that Unicron from behind as well, actually, on the right hand side, or perhaps it's good that he's just in the picture there. But there you go, ladies and gentlemen. What a figure. What a figure. Thanks again to Robot Recruits, where I bought this from. It's brilliant. It doesn't let you down. It's totally worth it, in my eyes, in my opinion. And again, the good thing about this is there's not an abundance of Galvatrons. There's loads of Scourges. There's quite a few Cyclonuses. You don't get as many Galvatrons, and you don't get them as good as this, to be honest. So yeah, he's brilliant. Absolutely think he's fantastic, you can tell. And I suppose that's it. I'm going to bring this to a close now. There is the new War for Cybertron Kingdom Leader Class Galvatron. I hope you enjoyed looking at him. I hope it helped you with your decision if you wanted to get one. And of course, please take care. Thanks for watching. Like and comment. And don't forget to subscribe.